How you going? My name's Terence and welcome back to Rusted Iron Ranch. Today's video we're going to have firstly a quick look at the crop and a bit of an update. So here we have it. We've had some really good weather recently. It's actually got quite hot a couple of times, and we've also had pretty consistent rain. A couple of over 20 mils, and we actually just had a 20 mil drop in the last day, so in the last probably 12 hours really. So it's still coming up. It's a little bit hard to see. We did get a lot of these wild oats. I think is this taller one. They've come up, so it is a little bit hard to see, but the ryegrass is definitely there. So we've got probably lengths of, up to 40 centimeters in this paddock here, and the paddock beside not quite as good. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was the sowing rates. I do remember upping the sowing rate when I went into this paddock, so that could be why we've got a little bit more growth here. But it's still going okay in that one. That paddock doesn't have as much wild oats, so it might end up being about the same. Still maybe a couple of weeks left of growing here, and then yeah, we'll work out when we're gonna cut it. But it is looking pretty good. Like, as you can see, we've got some decent growth here. All the weeds are pretty much dead. You can see in the last little bit of the cape weed there. I haven't seen a well cape weed plant in a long time, so there is even some just here, but it looks pretty sick. I don't think much of it flowered. There was a flower on that one back there, but I don't remember actually seeing really any flowers on any of the cape weed. So hopefully, fingers crossed, next year we don't get as much of that back. I did hit both these paddocks pretty hard for the weeds this year, so I think that's been maybe the saving grace when it comes to the growth that we have got. I may have sowed this in a little bit deep with the with that disc drill that I hired. So I think our saving grace has been maybe that it's been wetter than average, and it's got a lot of water and a lot of good sun on it. So like right here, we're nearly getting 1/2 meter tall with the ryegrass. And the other thing is the fact that I hit the weeds so much. We did think we had some Patterson's curse issues. That turned out to be corkscrew or erodium. So it actually wasn't that bad. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I didn't plant any of this taller stuff. That's just come up. It must have been naturally in the seeds in the soil anyway. I'm not too worried about it. It'll all add into the hay, hopefully. It's probably not going to be the best quality hay, but that's not what really I'm after. I'm not trying to make great hay first year. I'm just trying to plant something to get a bit of competition going and maybe get rid of these weeds, because when we moved in here last year, there was a hell of a lot of weeds, mainly cape weed. There was just a blanket everywhere, and there wasn't really much else growing. So I think we've partially achieved that this year. It actually looks pretty good. The fact that I got in and put the crop in this year, not early, but I got it in just in time. And the other thing is that I hit the weeds so hard. So fingers crossed, it actually turns out pretty good. Now we've just got to get some better weather, and yeah, we can hopefully cut this. So there you go, bit of a crop update. Does look pretty good. I am pretty happy with it for the most part. So yeah, there you go. The other thing I'm going to do today is I've just got a couple of little jobs to tie up on the hay rake. If you remember from that video, there was a few more tines that were missing, so I ordered another 10 pack of tines, and I rebuilt the uni joint that drives off the wheel. My dad gave me a hand with that the other day, so that's all done and greased up, so that can go on. So just now I'm going to put a few more tines on the rake and just reinstall. Whoa, bird right there that scared the absolute bejesus out of me. So yeah, we'll just put those tines on and put the uni joint back on, and I think the rake should be ready to go. And then hopefully tomorrow, pending the weather, it was raining all this morning, so I didn't really want to do it. I will pull the baler out and grease that and just run it up and make sure everything's good to go there. Okay, we're in the shed now with the rake and the 135. Every time I come in here, it seems like some other bird has been killed by whatever predator. I'm guessing probably a fox. I've seen foxes. I haven't seen any cats around, so it's probably not a cat. I'm actually going to have to put some sort of deterrent in here, because literally every time I come in, there's feathers over something, and there's feathers all over the wheel of the 135. There's a heap strewn under the rake, so we'll have to get onto that. Okay, so the other thing we did was this was seized, so we've got that off so I can do that up now. And there is one more thing that I'm probably not going to do today, and that's the cable that pulls the gearbox out of gear, just so you can cross over your windrows. I do have another cable. I'm going to muck around with that a little bit off camera, just because I don't think it's going to be just a plug and play fix. I think I'm going to have to cobble something together. So we'll get set up and we'll put a few more tines on, and we'll fit this uni joint back on. Okay, so here's the uni joint with a new uni cross in it. This was just a little like a baby hardy spicer uni joint. This drives from there's a PTO shaft that goes up to the gearbox here and down onto the wheel. So the round side goes to the wheel and the square drive goes to that PTO shaft there. So I'll just quickly get you set up and I'll put that back on. Okay, once again, I've ran out of tines. I've strategically put them in places where the other tines were pretty worn down, so depending on its performance this year, I might go ahead and replace the whole rest of them. The other thing that still needs to be done is this cable that goes down to the gearbox, so you can pull it out of gear if you're crossing over your windrows or anything like that. I'm going to do that off camera because I think I'm going to have to muck around a little bit with, I've got another bit of cable there to try and cobble something together. So I'll muck around with that off camera. The other thing I was trying to fix just before, this bolt here, I'm actually going to replace that bolt. It seems to be pretty seized and I can't adjust it on the ball here. So I'll grab another one of those and I'll do that when I'm doing the cable. Apart from that, the hay rake is now ready to go. I hope to have a look at the baler tomorrow. If not, I'll get to it in the next week or so, because I'm nearly running out of time, because I think we're going to have to cut this probably in the next couple of weeks. I might get a month out of it, I don't know. Hopefully, fingers crossed, about a month from now we might be cutting, depending on the weather. So, with that, we'll leave it there. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, keep track of us doing our first hay season with the old gear, please subscribe. Once again, my name's Terence. This has been Rusted Iron Ranch, and thanks for watching.